When does a sandwich cook? When it's bacon, lettuce, and tomato. What up, YouTube? Let's hear. Thanks again for visiting the channel. As always, I appreciate it. If this is your first time to the channel, thanks so much for watching. If you just go ahead and hit that thumbs up button just for the algorithm, I'd really appreciate it. And if you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel. If you want to go to Instagram and give me a follow, that would be awesome. My handle on Instagram is lets_do_it_up, LETS_DOITUP. And if you want to send a knife or knives into the channel for review, that would really help out the channel and I'd really appreciate it. Just send me an email at letsdiu79@gmail.com. I'll send you my shipping address. And whenever you send me the knife, I will spend a week or two with it and then do the review and I'll send it back to you. And this review today is brought to you by the incomparable Apex Alchemy. So if you go to YouTube and subscribe to his channel if you haven't already, that would be awesome. It's APEXALCHEMY on YouTube. And today, I'm doing a quick review on his knife, the Roxi 3. This is a fantastic knife. So let's do it up, y'all. All right. This guy is 7.20 inches overall with a blade of 3.14 inches. The cutting edge is about, I'd say it's about 2.75 inches. And the handle is about 4.06 inches altogether. Let's do some quick size comparisons here. Compared to the Rat Model 1, the Roxi 3 is going to be quite a bit shorter than the Rat Model 1. And the Rat Model 2 is going to be just a hair shorter than the Roxi 3, as you can see there. Compared to the DEMKO knives, the 8020S is going to be quite a bit bigger than this guy. And the 8020.5 is going to be just a little bit longer than the Roxi 3. And last but not least, you've got the SPYDERCO knives. The SPYDERCO Paramilitary 2 is going to be just a little bit longer than the Roxi 3. And the Para 3 is going... Oops. Sorry, I don't want to mess up the knife there. The Para 3 is just a little bit longer than the Roxi 3. Alright. Carry profile real quick. When these guys are closed, the Roxi 3 is going to be just a little bit shorter than both of these knives. And the thickness, when compared to the Para 3, the Para 3 is going to be just a hair thicker than the Roxi 3. As far as height is concerned, let's go with the tallest part of the blade here. That is nowhere near as tall as the Para 3. The blade stock thickness on this guy, I had to look it up because, like I said, my calipers still aren't working, so I'm waiting for another set to come from Amazon. The blade stock thickness on this guy is 160 thousandths. Let's get a quick weight on this guy. See if this will turn on right. Make sure you can see it there. That might be helpful. Excuse me. All right, 4.2 ounces. So this guy should be pretty good in the pocket. Nice and small, compact sized knife. Not too heavy, not too thick, not too tall. The blade steel on this guy is S35VN, which is absolutely fantastic. One of my favorite steels for sure. The website says that this is a Wharncliffe blade, but I'm going to go ahead and call this a sheep's foot blade. If I'm wrong, I apologize, guys. Don't beat me up over it. We've got a flat ground blade here with a fuller that carries out almost about 75% the length of the blade and a small swedge on the top that carries out to about 70% the length of the blade. There's not a whole lot of billboarding on this guy at all, just the maker's mark. I'm not sure who that is. I tried looking it up, but I couldn't see. I think this says TKT on it, but I'm not positive about that. But otherwise, there's no other markings on this guy. It doesn't even say the blade steel. I had to look that up as well. But as I said, it's S35VN. This guy's running on bearings for sure. And the hardware on this guy, you've got a T8 for the pivot and a T8 everywhere else. There is a T8 for the pocket clip here and also T8s for the the steel lock bar insert, which does not double as the over travel stop, and you do have an over travel stop disc here, kind of the Hinderer style over travel stop, and that's also a T8. Excuse me. This guy is perfectly centered. See if I can get that focused in here so you can see that. So yeah, this is perfectly centered, and there is no blade plate left, right, up, or down on this guy at all. You've got titanium scales here, full titanium scales, and this is a titanium a titanium frame lock knife. You also have a milled titanium pocket clip, which is actually very, very attractive. I like the look of this pocket clip a lot. And you also have a titanium backspacer here, which has some milling, makes it very, very interesting. You do have a lanyard hole milled into the scales, as well as the backspacer. And you've got a little bit of scalloping here on the inside of the scales to give you access to that lock bar. As you can see, there is no extra milling on the inside of the scales here, but that's okay. Like I said, it's not a very big knife. It's not a very heavy knife, so I don't think it really needs a whole lot of milling to decrease the weight at all. The action on this guy is absolutely fantastic. You can see it shoots out with the thumb hole there. You can also use your thumb to deploy it. You can slow roll it, and it's got a front flipper, which works very, very well also. You guys know that I'm not very good at front flippers, so this one works really, really well. Perfectly placed, and even though this is a smaller knife, I don't really have much trouble front flipping this guy at all. The price on this guy is anywhere between $230 and $240, depending on which variant you get. The standard plain Jane one is around $230, and the one that's $240 has kind of the anodized tiger stripe on the outside, and that looks really, really nice. If I were to buy this guy, I would definitely buy the one with the tiger stripes on it. I like the way that looks a lot. This is available. You can buy this on Blade HQ, Knife Center, a few other sites, but I will link this down in the description if anybody is interested in buying this knife. It is available currently for sure. So how does this knife make me feel? I really enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot more than I thought I would. I didn't expect to like this knife at all. I've always thought it was too small for me. Not exactly drop shut, but that's okay. Like I said, it's a smaller knife, so you're not going to have very drop shutty action on this, but it is very, very smooth, very consistent all the way back down into the handle. It does shoot straight out with no problem, whether you're using the thumb hole or the finger hole, depending on how you want to call that. I don't know, but the front flipper also works very, very well on this guy for sure. When it's open, you've got this forward finger choil here, which works very well. It's very well placed for me to be able to get a good grip on it, and the jimping is well placed as well. You've got two different kinds of jimping here. You've got very fine jimping back here towards the end of the blade, and then you've got a little bit more, I don't know, coarse or aggressive jimping out a little further than that. So it works very well. You're able to get a good grip on this guy with no problem whatsoever. Oh, I forgot to mention the fuller. You've got a fuller here. I think I did mention that, actually. I'm sorry. Anyway, you've got a fuller that comes out to about 75% the length of the blade here. You've got a few other holes here milled into the titanium. They're not really functional or anything like that, but they look nice. I think they add a little bit of character to the knife. And you've also got a stop pin, an internal stop pin here, which there is no real shouldering here for that stop pin at all, but it does contact the stop pin there. And for a good solid lockup. As I said, there is a little bit of scalloping here to access the lock bar, and the lock bar tension isn't too bad. Very easy to disengage, very easy to deploy, and the ergonomics on this guy are absolutely fantastic. I have a little bit of a problem with getting a full four-finger grip on this guy. My pinky kind of falls off the end here when you've got this swoop milled at the end of the handle here. But it's not uncomfortable or anything like that. I would like it to be just a little bit longer, but that's okay. I think this is made for people with normal size hands, if you know what I mean. The aesthetics of this knife are great as well. I really like the way this knife looks. It looks really, really cool. And I would consider this, for me anyway, kind of like a backup knife, something that I would carry, just in case my primary wasn't on me or, got broken or something like that. I think this would work really, really well. Good knife for a pinch grip. You've got this little swoop down here, the sheep's foot edge, however you want to call it, and that's nice and comfortable for you to get your finger down here for quite a bit of control. You can do draw cuts and good piercing here. You got this quite a cute tip, and then these just the flat blade all the way down. But overall, it's a really nice knife, and I've had a lot of fun spending time with it this last couple of weeks. So I'll be sending this back to Apex Alchemy as soon as I finish the reviews on the other knives that he sent me. I'll be doing reviews on the Mini Paragon and the Extra Mini Paragon. Those will be coming up here either later on today or tomorrow sometime. Sorry I haven't been doing a lot of reviews lately, guys. I've been working quite a bit. I think I've worked the last 7 days straight, so it's been kind of wild, but I haven't really been able to do much as far as content is concerned. I did a couple of lives last week, so hopefully that's keeping you guys interested. But if you enjoyed the review, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And stay up, y'all. Take it easy. Bye.